BJ Mafia, what's poppin'? So Jags fans, since the NFL draft, it's been relatively quiet in terms of any significant news going on for the Jaguars, but last night the NFL did release the full schedule for all 32 teams last night, and Jags fans, we finally are able to look ahead to the 2023 season in its full totality and say, here are the Jaguars opponents and here's when we're gonna be playing them. And Jags fans, I'm extremely grateful with the way the scheduling actually turned out. I think it was a phenomenal job by the schedule makers and obviously all of the script writers for the Jaguars. And I want to give a big shout out to the Jaguars social media team, Devin and the entire staff in the social media department, man. If you guys have not seen the work that they did talking about the NFL season being scripted, all of the acting that they did with the players and how these guys are actually actors now, it's a phenomenal video. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out on Jaguars Twitter or on Jaguars Instagram. The team put together a phenomenal video. Just a big shout out to the social media department for consistently going out there and killing it. But Jags fans, I just want to kind of give my quick thoughts and full breakdown with this schedule recap because like I said, I think that the Jaguars did a phenomenal job with the way the schedule played out for them, right? So the first thing that really stuck out to me is the fact that 7 out of our 17 games, so 41% of our games, we're going to be playing a rookie quarterback, right? We got to take advantage of those kind of opportunities and to take advantage of those games and win those games by default, right? You should take advantage of a rookie quarterback when you've got a veteran defense, you've got a veteran team, you should be able to handle business and take care of them, right? When you look at our 3 divisional opponents, the Indianapolis Colts with Anthony Richardson, you look at the fact that the Houston Texans have CJ Stroud and Will Levis over in Tennessee, and then you look ahead to week 17, so the 16th game of the season, the Jags will be playing at Carolina as well too, right? So that's gonna be Bryce Young, number 1 overall pick, so 2 former number 1 overall picks in Bryce Young and in Trevor Lawrence are going to be going off head to head. And then if you want to take it the next step further, take a fact that you're going to be playing Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett, both second-year quarterbacks as well too. 9 out of your 17 games, you're going to be playing a first or a second-year quarterback. The Jaguars got to go ahead and take advantage of those types of opportunities, especially when they're layups kind of given to you. The second thing that really stuck out to me was obviously the back-to-back London games, right? Not going to go too far in depth. I'll quickly talk about it because I already made a full video talking about it. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, I'll go ahead and link to it up above. But playing the Atlanta Falcons at home in London, I think that's a great opportunity because the Jaguars should be able to take advantage of Desmond Ridder and an Atlanta Falcons team, especially when the Jaguars have been well-versed and well-traveled, going to London, celebrating 10+ years now in London. And then when you look ahead to week 5, the Jaguars are going to be playing a road game in London versus the Buffalo Bills. And that was the perfect scenario for us because the Jaguars do not want to go up to Buffalo and play in that kind of inclement weather and playing versus Josh Allen and company, right? I think our Josh Allen is going to take advantage of their Josh Allen yet again, prove again why he's the best Josh Allen in all of football. And the Jaguars just have had their way with the Bills really in recent memory, right? I believe it was in 2018 at Buffalo. They put out an absolute blowout on the Jaguars, right? When the Jaguars were really falling apart. But when you go back to the playoff game, the Jaguars took care of business. When you look back at the fact that Josh Allen and company only got 6 points versus an Urban Meyer Jaguars team, that says enough. I think the Jaguars in London will go ahead and take on the Buffalo Bills on a road game and take care of business. And the nice thing with all of this is the fact that the Jaguars, since they're already playing Atlanta in week 4, they're gonna just get to stay in England and they don't have to worry about jet lag, they don't have to worry about travel, they can just stay in London and their body is gonna adjust to the time zone. A few other great things that I loved about our scheduling was the fact that the Jaguars only play 2 road games back-to-back one time, right? We don't play 3 consecutive weeks where we're on the road, right? When you look ahead at the Thursday night football game versus the New Orleans Saints, and I'll put that graphic up on the screen, and then the next week we play at Pittsburgh, right? That's back-to-back weeks on the road, and that works in the Jaguars' favor, right? As little traveling as you can do, that helps the Jaguars out, and that helps any NFL team out, so I'm definitely excited about that. I love the fact that the Jaguars got multiple primetime games, right? If you want to count the London games, sure, that's 2 of them, because you got the Thursday night football game versus the New Orleans Saints, you got the Sunday night football game versus the Baltimore Ravens at home, and you got the Monday night football game at home versus the Cincinnati Bengals in week 13. Jaguars, the NFL showing us some respect, showing us some love, giving us some primetime home games. I hope that I can be at least at one of two of those games. Obviously, money and expenses, all of that stuff definitely adds up. And speaking of games that I'm gonna be trying to attend this year, obviously nothing is confirmed yet, right? The schedule just came out, but I do plan on being there. Week 2, the home opener, Calvin Ridley's Jaguars debut versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's gonna be a phenomenal environment. And even though I did get to go see Patrick Mahomes and company in 2019, our home opener, when the Minshew Mania really came into full effect, I will say that was not the same team. Obviously, different culture, different regime. This is gonna be a whole different feel. I think it's gonna be an amazing environment. I hope we go out there and we just stomp the Kansas City Chiefs. I really hope I have an opportunity to be at that game, and more than likely, I will be at that game. And hopefully the next home game I can make it to will be the Baltimore Ravens or the Cincinnati Bengals. I'd love to see Lamar Jackson. I'd love to see Joe Burrow, right? 2 former #1 overall picks going up head-to-head against each other. And then I also missed the Ravens game last year, so I hope I get an opportunity to see the Ravens game this year. Like I said, expenses and the fact that I don't live in Jackson anymore definitely kind of hurts my pockets, but there are 2 road games I do plan on making it to, and like I said, nothing's confirmed, but I do expect to be in New Orleans. Thursday Night Football, I do expect myself to be at that game, and then also December 24th at Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium. I know it's really inconvenient for a lot of Jags fans, especially during Christmas Eve, but I really hope that Jags fans take over Raymond James Stadium because I would love to be in that kind of environment on the road. And the last big takeaway I had about the schedule breakdown was the fact that the Jaguars are playing the NFC South, arguably the worst division in football, especially when you look at the quarterback situation there in the NFC South. And the Jaguars are obviously playing in the AFC South, right? We should get the Tom Brady effect this year. We should get the Bill Belichick effect, where Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they ran the AFC East for years and just dominated their opponents because the division was so weak and they never had any quarterback play. When you look at the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence and company, this team is not going to be playing in their division a veteran quarterback. All rookie quarterbacks. You look at the NFC South, garbage quarterbacks all around, and I mean that respectfully. You understand where I'm coming from. Jaguars got to take care of business. The Jaguars are going to win 12 games this year. We're going to go 12-5 this year, right? I'll push the propaganda, I'll push the agenda at a later date and time. And make sure you guys do stay tuned for that because I've got some nasty agendas, but some awesome content coming out in these next couple of weeks as well too that I know you guys are going to enjoy. But Jags fans, make sure you guys, before you guys head out, go ahead and drop me a thumbs up. It takes 1 second and it helps me in the channel out tremendously. Make sure you guys also go ahead and hit that subscribe bell to stay tuned for more Jaguars content that I do here on YouTube. And make sure you guys also go ahead and follow me on my socials, especially on Twitter. I'm very active and I'm on there every single day. The link tree will be in the description down below. But Jags fans, thanks again for sticking around throughout the whole video. Brett James, aka BJ. I'm out, y'all. Go Jags, baby. Peace.